So here's my guide to doing the Precious Resources Landsraad Mission in testing station 24, the dark station. This station I always find a little bit tricky. But I'll show you a playthrough guide, basically a walkthrough of the station itself at the same time. And for this one, I am actually going to be using a replica pulse sword and a spitting cobra Disruptor, which I quite like. They're quite fun to play with at this level. At a high level, I'll be using a shotgun. I've got a full set. I've got forge armor with power harness and its core leggings, circuit gauntlets. So it's a bit of a mix there. Circuit gauntlets and power harness to give me more shield energy. Basically, I'm using a standard shield and a Mark 6 power pack. Nothing too fancy. So it's just my weapons that are particularly good, and that isn't a fully top-end augmented sword. It's at level 5. I've got one level 4 augment on it, but this is a top-level augmented Disruptor. You've got to really have all level 5 good augments on Disruptors to make them viable in endgame play. Lots and lots of darts, you'll see. Okay, so let's get on with this one. I'll put my shield on. I'm going to do level 10, though it's not too challenging. I have done this up to 19, but it's pretty hard. I find it's just me. You need a light for this dungeon because it is dark, as it says in the description. Now, you go to the first section where you get this warning. You can go up to the left there, and there are a few small loot boxes to pick up with traps, but the main pathway through is to the right here. And then you go left and just fly over the quicksand, otherwise you will get stuck, and try not to get burnt. There's another little chest here you can pick up if you want some standard basic loot. First lock-in room. Now there are a lot of melee enemies in this dungeon which can make it very tricky. It helps if you're good at parrying and good at stamina conservation. Now fortunately, because I do a lot of damage with this sword, I can do that sort of thing, which is, put up with the dispenser blast because I know I'll kill him before it comes off. At higher levels it would be much more difficult. Like this, I didn't time it correctly, and he got his dispenser blast in on me. Now I've got 2 of them. With swords you get area parries, so let's move back out of the way of that guy. He's going to dispenser blast me again. I should probably shoot him. Can't parry that overhand attack. Can parry that one. Heal kit. Come in handy. Another swordsman. When they run to you or towards you in attack, I find the swordsmen normally do make a overhead attack which you can parry. Now this isn't my normal melee setup. I've got 2 pieces of heavy armor on, so my stamina doesn't regenerate as fast. So I've got to be a little bit cautious about using my stamina up. And there we go. So the pickup for the mission is in this locker, this cutter door room here. I'm using a standard improvised cutter ray. It takes exactly the same amount of time to cut through a door as any other cutter ray. It's disposable, it's very portable. You can move as fast as you can with a melee weapon in your hand when you're carrying one of these. So where's the thing I've got to pick up? Other side. That's medical equipment, which is going to be needed for taking samples. There are some more boxes up there if you want to go and get them, with little traps by them each side. Let that go off. Because I got sabotage level 100, they take twice as long to go off as they would otherwise. So I've got a bit longer to pick it up and run away. It's quite an early sabotage perk, doubling the time it takes for explosions to go off. Now I've got, go this way, more quicksand. There's a door here which you can cut through to get more goodies, but it's in quicksand here. I hope I'm not sinking. I don't think I am. Am I sinking? Don't think so. But be aware there is quicksand right in front of the door. So nothing special in here. Just the usual few heal kits, some darts, and that's it. Fly over the quicksand and head towards the next lock-in. This one is more challenging. This is there are quite large mobs in here, so I might actually switch to my Disruptor and see how I get on with that. So it's not the quickest, but it does work. Against the guys who don't have shields, it's fast. Where's that one? There he is. Now I'm going to get, I think, a heavy gunner here, a flamethrower possibly. Oh no, swords person. And they're followed by two of these guys. There we go. Yeah, the Disruptor is making this quite easy at this level, which I'm not unhappy about. We'll now find flamethrower guys fighting the suboids on this side. And I will actually heal myself briefly because I'm going to get some swordsmen coming in. Reload. Here he comes. And another one. And that's it. Access granted. If you do this with multiple players, you do get a lot more enemies. It takes a bit longer, but as long as you keep your cool, it's not too difficult. The danger is getting mobbed by the suboids if you're doing it with melee, and running out of stamina, because they will then kill you. Right, now for the boss. So I'm going to do this boss fight with the Disruptor. I'm not going to try and do this with a sword, because the boss is very, very good at sword fighting and has some very nasty attacks, which will take you down very rapidly. This fight often seems to be glitched to me, but let's see how we go this time. So I'm going to have Energy Pill for added damage, and I'm going to have Attract Field and Compel. Technique is going to keep this set, manipulate the stability, discipline breathing, and center of mass. More damage center of mass, keeping discipline breathing to try and keep my stamina up, because I have got 2 pieces of heavy armor on. Have a little drink of water, check I've got everything laid out. I've got my lots of heal kits, yes, no problem. So let's see what happens. I'll start by trying to compel the boss, so I can put take the energy pill and put the attractor field on it as soon as possible. I've got to wait for him to actually become active to do that. Now he's done a bit of a disappearing act, which means he's gone somewhere over the side. Trying to put the light on to work out where he is. He's hiding at the moment. Ah, there he is. There we go. Now, as a tip here, if you get an attractor field on him when he's doing his teleport, the attractor field will stay where it was, empty. But if you shoot at him when he becomes invisible, he'll stay where it is, but it'll show you where he is, basically, so you can shoot it and still kill him. So the attractor field sort of basically nullifies one of his skills, which is this sort of invisibility teleport that he does. So now let's go and find the lab, which is straight out the exit door. And you've got to do a couple of things here. It's easy to forget which to do them all. So you've got to get the sample, and then you've got to go over here and analyze it, and then you've got to leave. So it gives you the band. A few little chests, and let's see what's in the big loot chest. The loot from this particular testing station is usually not particularly great. So we've got precision barrel adjusters, which are basically useless. Blade grip adjuster, which is sort of useful at a high level. Carpal focuser, also useless, and a still suit. And you don't really need leveled still suits because you're much better off using standard armor. But anyway, you can pick up a slightly better suspensor belt in here than you have normally. Full suspensor, but it does require plastinium and spikes to make it. And the replica pulse knife and pulse sword, I think, drop here at quite high levels frequently. So there are reasons to do it. There we go, mission accomplished. As usual, if you've got any comments or tips, please put them in the comments. Thanks.